Here in this video we will discuss and showcase to you all the comparison of Singular Point final form of Godzilla versus all the other incarnations over the years, and how he measures up to them in size. In this video titled, How Big is Singular Point Godzilla versus Other Godzillas? But firstly, let us explain a little bit about this strange version of the Big G. He has 4 forms in the anime series, with each of them being of a very different design than the previous one. In his first form, named Godzilla Aquatilus, he has an elongated marine reptile physiology with traits similar to whales and mosasaurs. The second one, Godzilla Amphibia, strongly resembles Varan, another kaiju, which when crossed with Godzilla himself. In this form, his tail now has 3 bobs instead of a fin, while his hind legs are smaller than his forelegs. From the Singular Point 4 forms of them, 2 of them came to look more like the classical design of being upright with dorsal plates, and they are the third form, which is Terrestris, and the fourth and final one, which is Ultima. Ultima is the one that we will take to compare against the rest of the other incarnations of the Big G. The first time he was seen in his final form, he was 45 meters tall or 150 feet in height, and in the final episode he was 100 meters or 328 feet tall. So how does he compare with the rest? Let's see. Versus the Showa era Godzillas. The Showa Godzillas include the first one from the 1954 movie, which had more or less the same designs going up in successive movies till the late 1970s, or maybe just 1975. And they were all more or less the same in size with Ultima, as he was seen in the initial episodes when he was transforming from Terrestris. They were all 50 meters tall or 164 feet, and when compared to Ultima from his initial episodes at 45 meters or 150 feet, they were more or less the same in size, but they were only half that of the size of the one that was seen in the final episode, with Ultima during that time being 100 meters tall, more than twice his initial height. Versus Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla GMXG. He was also, let's say, 40 meters or 130 feet taller than Godzilla from GMK, which stood at around 60 meters or 200 feet tall, which would also be the same size difference against TriStar Godzilla and Zilla from Final Wars, who were both 60 meters tall. Well, some might say that these kaijus were 70 meters, but mind you will stick to the 60 meter size. Now we will come to the bigger Godzillas, which was seen in the early Heisei period, which includes the ones from the movies The Return of Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Biollante, and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. These early Heisei entries were all 80 meters tall or around 262 feet in height. But there would still be a difference in length and mass, as we can see that Godzilla Ultima has a very long tail, with some estimates putting its tail at around 300 meters or 1000 feet long. Now let's see the first version of Godzilla that is bigger than Ultima. And this one is the hyper-evolving specimen from the 2016 movie Shin Godzilla. This monster, along with its spin-off Snow Godzilla that made an appearance in another anime, were both 118.5 meters tall or 388 feet in height. And we will now compare with the most recent and undoubtedly the most famous Godzilla version, which is Monsterverse Godzilla. So okay, Monsterverse's Big G was initially said to be 108 meters tall in the 2014 movie, but was then rebranded as 120 meters tall or 393 feet in height in King of the Monsters and later in Godzilla vs. Kong. This would put the legendary kaiju at 20 meters taller than Singular Point's Ultima. And now finally we will see the only other Godzilla which is undoubtedly taller, longer and bigger than Ultima, and that is none other than another anime Godzilla, Godzilla Earth, standing at 300 meters tall or 1000 feet, and having a tail length which would be twice or thrice that figure. This Godzilla is still the biggest of them all. And with that we come to the end of this video of the comparison of sizes between Singular Point Godzilla and the rest.